Okay, hello everyone. Please, if you can put some question in the Q&A to test the Q&A chat. Welcome to the our session of transforming our way of managing using Lean. Thank you so much for you are be here and enjoy this session. I want to introduce to Diego Spina. I'm Juan Ruiz from Lean Institute Colombia, and I am so excited to be here in the biggest Lean event about around the world. I would like to introduce to Diego Spina, a construction manager of Constructora Bolivar in Colombia, the biggest home builder in Colombia. Diego is a lean thinker who has put lean into practice in the construction sector for several years. He's going to talk about the transforming our way of managing using lean. Welcome, Diego. The audience is yours.
Thank you, Juan, for this presentation. I'm not a lean thinker. I'm a lean learner. I'm just learning, and for that reason, it's an honor to be here with you, building the future together. Today, I'm going to tell you about how we have been transforming the way of managing using lean in Constructora Bolivar. And I have to say that we have a secret, the lean secret. What is the secret? By the end, I'm sure that you will agree with us what the secret is. I'd like to give you some context about our company, our Colombian company. Constructora Bolivar is the largest construction company in Colombia. We are developers that also design and build our projects. We are focused on massive social housing projects, as you can see in this picture. You can see uh, swim pools, car lots, parks. It's a beautiful space that we normally do with our projects. This is, for example, this is in Bogota where 7,000 families live here. We have an annual revenue of around $1 billion. But this important part, 2 years ago, it was half this amount. And this sharp increase of our sales is a huge challenge for the construction department. While this year we have to deliver almost 19,000 units, we will have to deliver 43,000 in 2024, with a significant increase year by year. Amazing result, don't you think? But this is more than 2 times our current production rate. Honestly, it is scary for us, for the construction department. In addition, there is a shortage of labor in our country because of the remarkable housing market performance in Colombia. And it is also well known that a global scarcity of raw materials, steel, aluminum, copper, etc., has been affecting the construction prices and putting on an extra pressure on our activity. It is important to say that we already sold most of the houses we have to build. Therefore, our margins have been seriously affected. Here the question, are we ready to overcome these challenges? Came to us. That's why we made an alliance with the Lean Institute Colombia. We asked for formation and tools because that was the lean concept we had about. And after our request, the Institute said to us, don't think of lean as a set of tools. First of all, they said, what problem are you trying to solve? Problems? And problems one. We don't like problems, remember. We love solutions. It has been our context for years. We have been seeing problems as a negative condition. And this naturally made it difficult for us to recognize them. Once we were working with the Institute, we learned about the four types of problems. Problems one and two, when we are below the standard, and problems three and four, when we are above the standard. And we realized that we were most of the time dealing with problems one and two. Here I'm going to show it one and two. When all your managing levels are putting out fires, because that's the word, you don't have time and mind to try to raise the standard. You do not innovate. You innovate when you are here in problems four, but when you leave, jumping into problems one and two, you are not innovating. And as one of our project directors said, bringing problems to light and defining them correctly took us closely to a successful solution. And the Lean Institute presented to us the Lean Transformation Model House. First of all, you need a purpose. What's your purpose? What's the aim you are trying to attain? And once you have a goal, you require a good problem to solve. The core of this house is the Lean management system. And finally, this house is founded on the basis of thinking, mentality, and assumptions. Let me go deeper into the Lean management system. So let's talk about our own system, the one that we have developed. What is a lean management system? We understand the lean management system as an organized and structured method for managing from the strategy of execution to the day-to-day work on site, strengthening people's talent and focusing on customer value generation and problem solving. We realized that indeed we had not only one management system, but several of those. Every project was managed using different methodologies. Then we decided to choose two projects in order to co-create with the team and the institute one system that fits our purpose and make it easier to solve our problems. We choose two problems to launch our pilot plan. One, Fiorelli in Cali. Cali is a city in Colombia in the south west. A project with 112 houses. And the other one was Hacienda San Jose. It's in Bogota, well, in Cajica, near to Bogota. Bogota is our capital city. This project has 672 departments. So the previous one houses, this one departments. Okay, but how does it work? We have four managing levels. On the top, here, is the master plan. This is the place where everything starts. This includes a project manager, my role right now, construction directors, and other stakeholders. Once we define this master plan, we work on a look-ahead plan that divides this master plan into shorter sections and help us to look ahead a few weeks and to ensure that all the potential restrictions are liberated. This level includes the construction director, designers, cost controllers, supply engineers. Ensuring that the medium term is controlled, we work on planning the work each week. This level includes the project director, site engineer, and contractors. And something that seems absolutely necessary to us is being able to have standardized daily routines to ensure that the day-to-day is executed in the most effective way. This level includes the site engineer, the project foreman, contractors, among others. And along these four management levels, there are two main concepts for us: the Gemba works and the key performance indicators, the KPIs. Here we have to say that problems cannot be solved from the desktop. Real life occurs here at the Gemba, on site. Look, we cannot control things that are not measured, and we cannot improve if we do not control. Now let's talk about the level 4. At this level, we are defining our production and innovation strategy. We integrate the corporate strategy and the construction strategy. And we have an interaction with the industry, which is important in order to innovate. And not only the industry, I have to say that other industries. It was at this level that we decided to choose industrialization as our innovation strategy. And of course, if our goal is to increase our productivity, we have to make lean our culture. The next level, level 3, is explained by a caricature. Look at this caricature of how to build a children's swing. The first picture, how the client dreamed it. Remember the first picture. Next, how the project manager interpreted it, how the architect envisioned it, how the environmental entity wanted it, of course nothing, how the planning department approved it. Look at this one, how the structural engineer designed it, very reinforced, how the contractor did it, how the audit expected it, how the estimator budgeted it, strange, but always happens. And finally, compare the two pictures, how the constructor built it. This caricature explains a hard reality. Our industry is highly fragmented. The main purpose of this level is the integration of areas, the department integration. This management level is important because here the construction director integrates the work of architects, technical experts, cost controllers, supply professionals, among others. At this level, we also use a powerful tool called value stream mapping. Here we make a holistic understanding of the problems by identifying where the continuous flow is broken. But the most important thing, processes that involve all the areas. Here in this picture, we can see people from different areas: the supply chain area, cost controlling area, construction, everybody here integrated in order to obtain or to reach a common goal, which is very important and to me is very valuable. It's level 2. At this level, we are ensuring that we deliver accomplishing times, goals, quality, and people's welfare. And we have achieved that. Information is open to everyone. Everybody have a common understanding of the KPIs. And team members have a unified goals. Here we have a very important space for our contractors to share information, to coordinate activities among our contractors. It is important to say that every construction activity is executed by contractors, not our employers. We hire contractors, they are not our employees, but they do all the activities of our construction projects. That's why this space is so important for everybody. The A3 thinking. I love the A3 thinking, because it's a problem-solving approach in a simple but structured methodology. 60 project directors have been trained with A3 problem-solving thinking, and more than 30 plans are being implemented so far. And we have some remarkable results. For example, we had a reduction in the material transport time by 60%, among other results. And this figure is so important because we waste a lot of time transporting materials on the side the project all the time. And to be honest, it's a wasting time activity. Let's talk about the level one. Every morning, site engineers run a 15-minute meeting with their teams, foreman and main contractors, in order to validate if tasks are made, define priorities, and establish commitments for the new day with each contractor. Daily meetings have allowed us to identify and supply contractors' needs on time and take action on possible deviations from the weekly plan. On this level, site engineers should work with contractors to define standard work. It consists of establishing the correct work processes from the beginning. Standard work has led us to reduce waste because we are involved in work plans since the beginning, our contractor says. So everybody, contractor, site, engineer, and foreman, knows the steps to perform the activity to allocate the resources needed. When I say resources, I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about materials and quantities for each production unit, apartment, house, floor, and where they should locate the supplies. It also defines which sequence of units and activities they have to follow and how many people they need to develop the work. Again, some people say that some people are resources, and I don't think that. In addition, process tracking is implemented on some main activities depending on the project's needs. Every day, the site engineer and the contractor follow the production performance and compare it to the goals they had already established. What did you do today in production terms? Square meters, cubic meters, units, etc. How many people worked today? What problems did you have? This practice has allowed us to analyze each process and identify the lack of resources or even the waste of them. The data is also used to establish the company production and productivity standards and compare the behavior of projects and contractors in order to create action plans and help them to improve. Remember, master plan on the top, look ahead plan, weekly work plan, and daily coordination. Our four management levels. Our results. Productivity in our pilots had a sharp increase of 35%, more than 35%. Absolutely important. And project delays reduced by more than 50%. If we had 20 days delay, now we had 10 days. It's a lot if you are on a construction project. But beyond of all the levels, routines, tools, and everything I have told you about, the secret is hidden. It is still hidden. And this is the moment when I reveal it. But I have to say that this is a simple one. Our people. The secret is that people are the engine, the core, the most important element in any transformation. Everything in our activity is important and even vital. Construction equipment and or machinery, software and technology, tools and methodologies. However, nothing happens without people, without a person. That's why we say this is not a matter of process improvement. This is a matter of people development. Constructora Bolivar. Purpose, problems, the lean management system, the mindset, Everything, basis of thinking, assumptions, everything is related to people. Let me give you an example. In the pilots, project directors made a diagnosis. By the identification of routines, working methods, and time spent on daily tasks, they realized that only 51% of their time was spent on productive activities. And they work a lot, perhaps 10 hours a day. And when we have to deliver a project last days, we used to work on Saturdays. Well, every week we work on Saturdays, but we were on Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, 10, 11, 12 hours. And that's not nice. So they decided to analyze their daily routines and to understand where the work was unproductive. And using the concept of value generation, they increased the productive time by more than 30%, 27%, 27%, reaching 78% of productive time. Furthermore, we used to have long meetings, eternal meetings, and working on productivity, we could reduce the meetings duration by more than 50%. This figure is important. Look, time is crucial not only for being productive, but also for having more personal time. According to the local report, Bogotá Como Vamos, Bogotá How We Are, citizens of Bogotá spend, again, not spend, waste more than 2 hours by going to work and going back home. This is the average time. Some people spend or waste 3 or 4 hours to go to work and going back home. So being more productive, reducing the meetings time allows people to have more time with their family. And we are talking about 10,000 people this year. Look at this. Among our employees and contractors workers. But look, in 2024, we will have twice this figure, 20,000. So the impact is huge. Contractors are the last in the process chain, but they have the most important role because they are the ones who transforms the designs and inputs into the final product. For this reason, the work with them comes even from the preliminary phases to the project. We need a more profitable contractor. We need they earn money. We need they earn money. We need they make money, of course. Let's see a video where our contractors workers tells us more about our management system and how Lean has changed the way they manage their activities.
Yo me he sentido más involucrado con la planeación de la obra y eso hace que me sienta más comprometido con la planeación y las tareas que debemos cumplir.
Sabemos que podemos contar nuestros problemas porque entre todos podemos encontrar una solución.
Constructora Bolívar no solo se preocupa de nuestro desempeño, también se preocupa por el crecimiento de nuestras empresas y para que aprovechemos nuestros recursos.
Este aprendizaje Lean nos hace más productivos y nos vuelve más competitivos para la industria.
En Constructora Bolívar estamos cumpliendo los estándares de calidad, disminuyendo desperdicios y reprocesos.
Currently, the Bolivar Lean Management System is being implemented in 36 projects of the company nationwide. Are we are establishing routines and encouraging the use of tools for problem solving in work teams. We hope that as the project progresses, the results will be better and better. We know that we have an important path left where we must continuously work to achieve the cultural industrial change we want, increase the productivity and well-being of our employees. But the most important thing, and I need to be clear here with you, to be honest, we are just learning. I'm just learning. I'm not an expert, as I said before. We must continue learning. We are not experts at all. Our people are teaching us every single time. Constructora Bolivar is ready to take on the challenges and to meet the dream of 43,000 families who expect to receive their own home in 2024. Thank you very much for the time, for this opportunity. Uh, I'm not sure if I deserve to be here, but I'm learning. I had to learn a lot with this presentation.
Thanks.
And this is the Lean Institute Colombia.
Thank you so much, Diego. Thank you so much for your great presentation and insights. I want to take advantage of some minutes that we have, and we have some questions. I want to start with this question. What was the more difficult part when implementing the system?
The most important, the most difficult thing in every transformation is the cultural transformation. I think it's the cultural transformation to change the basis of thinking, to change the mentality, to change the assumptions of our people, of ourselves. Remember, we are learning, I'm learning, and it's easier, the easiest path to go is to do the same things. But when you are trying to change the way, to transform the way you are managing, it's hard. So the cultural transformation. However, we found what when people identify some benefits about this transformation, about lean, productivity, and more time for the families, you can see a continuous workflow.
Okay.
So,
Okay, nice. Thank you so much. So we have a question here in the Q&A from Canon Winson. What are your thoughts on contractors' financials as an impediment to successful lean delivery?
well, amazing question. Why? Because the main point, the core here is that we need that our contractors are profitable. We need that they make money. If they are not productive, they are not earning enough money. So they cannot implement different things because they are just surviving. They are putting out fires. They are on a day-to-day routine doing every day, every single day the same. But if they make money, if they are more productive, they can understand that lean has huge benefits for them, for their employees, for the company they work to. So I consider that if you work together, contractors and the company, you can make a good lean transformation.
Okay, okay. Remember that in 1 minute start the next session of the parallel session in constructions, lean and beam. Okay, but I want to take advantage of the last minute, the last question, Diego. I have
Okay.
I have a question from Marcos Bordon. Was the decision to adopt lean as a philosophy and framework initiated on the company's board?
I'm not sure if I can say that it was a philosophy thing. just a problem that we had. I remember it was we have to deliver a lot of units, so uh, we were scared about that. And when you are scared, you realize that you cannot do the same things. You cannot do that. Of course, fortunately, we meet some advisors, Lean Institute. Andrea Umaña was another person who were teaching us about Lean, and we realized that it's perhaps it's a philosophy, yes, but it was a problem that we had to face, and we realized that we needed to think different. And again, we are just starting. We are in a continuous learning process, so we can change this mindset tomorrow. But of course, Lean is an amazing philosophy. It's an amazing way of thinking.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone, for every attendees. I invite you to enjoy this event, the Link Global Connection, the differentiation. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Constructora
Thank you,
Bolivar,
Mark.
and your team to share with us, with the community, with the Link Global Connection and Link Global Network. Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.